So this is a super late upload, but better late than never, I guess. This is the Heretics TCC challenge. I'm going extreme because you know me. And the only banned characters are Ultimecia, Penelo, and Valthyr, but they're even banned as calls. You can use them as a friend support unless, like I said, we're going extreme, which means you can't use a friend support at all. So we didn't bring one. That does mean that we are going to have to just fight through these awful reoccurring frame debuffs. But it's going to be okay, because this squad is powerful enough to where it doesn't matter that much. The worst part isn't even really the debuffs themselves, it's the fact that they cleanse a lot of the buffs that we already have on. So there's a lot of just letting buffs fall away and just reapplying, which is never a pretty sight, but I mean, you can still get it done, as you can see. It's very important to time your massive AoE skills here. That's why I'm kind of waiting until the ads come back to drop the Doomsday. Because we don't really need all of that AoE against a single target. Rude is here to just keep us healed up, keep us safe, and he does decent damage, especially for a healer, my god. The battery's nice. Gets the job done. One con to this team is, actually, what I was about to say isn't true. I was about to say one con to this team is you only get one call ability, but that's not true. We get two. You know what? I'm getting it confused with, because this is 2 out of 3 a team that I used to run all the time, and that would be Lightning, Vivi, and Kurasame, and it has not disappointed at all. Since all these characters have been available, they've kind of been wrecking almost every LUFENIA. Except for, you know, there's some where obviously that's not the case. I'm just speaking generally here, like Kieran's, that team would do terrible. Thank you, Last Stand, for Vivi. You leave him alone now. Now you're gonna pay for that. Anyway, yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. Just been a good ass team. It really has been. But I opted for Rude this time. I know Kurasame can get it done. There's another guy who did this challenge with Kurasame instead of Rude, but I wanted to switch it up a little bit, so we brought Rude instead. So I'll be honest, I have not used Rude nearly as much as thought I was going to. He's really good, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, like, I don't even know how to word this. I guess in most cases, in most teams I build, I can't really find a spot for him where I'm like, oh, he'd be the perfect fit. I mean, when it comes to TCC challenges, I've used Rude quite a bit, because a lot of the other characters that I would rather use are banned, so you gotta make do with what you have. Alright, that should get rid of the ads. Bye. Okay. Probably didn't need to pop that C65 there, but whatever. Fine. Trying to be somewhat conservative with Lightning, not really. I'm already HP attacking more than I normally would. I'm kind of against HP attacks for the most part, unless you're in situations like this where you don't really have much of a choice. But I try to make teams where you don't need to ever press the HP attack button. And okay, that's character dependent. Some characters you have to, like Ramza sometimes, maybe. Penelo you kind of have to. You know, people like that where their kits don't really, their skills don't really do damage, so you got to use the HP attack sometimes. But yeah, but for everybody else, I try to not press it unless I absolutely have to. What was I gonna say? I keep losing what I'm trying to say here. Maybe I should have written something down and then, you know, had some point of reference before I make a video, but no, I've never done that before, and I'm not about to start now, so. Yeah, I completely lost my train of thought. This is kind of frustrating. That's okay. I was thinking double fire, but no, let's just go big. Probably could have gotten away with it, to be honest, but if anything, we'll get the double fire with the follow-up. Sometimes it pays to be patient. Another thing I've heard about, I think this is entirely team dependent, and maybe I need to mess around with it some more, but I keep hearing about Vincent that you got to use HP attacks a lot, and I think that's entirely team dependent. Like if you bring, you know, big damage alongside him, I don't think you have to. Like I know he's boosted here, so this isn't really the best example, but that Dateless Rendezvous LUFENIA that we just got with his release, I never pressed the HP attack button, and I still had 4 skills left of both of his skills. And that's because he was alongside Guja and Pinello, which is huge damage. But if you're going to run stuff like tanks, who keep you safer but do less damage, that means that you're going to have to, you know, throw some HP attacks in there so you don't get spent. So like I said, it's all team dependent. I just don't like it being worded as though he is dependent on his HP attack, because he isn't. That's only true if you consider the team that you bring him with. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like... It's too big of a claim to make about a character when it's not even about that. It's more so about who's he working with. Unless Vincent's soloing stuff, which I don't think anybody's really doing, except for, like, maybe some Dimensions End solos or something to free up some stuff. But, yeah. It's all about the team. It's not just what do you do with this character. It's more how does this character work with who you pair him up with. Okay, they're gone. That was really close on the orb. I barely talked about this fight. Okay, let's utilize this. You know what might have been a good idea? To time the calls. Yeah, you know what? Because that's a trick you can do. You can bring your call in right when this thing's gonna, you know, paint you with the debuffs, and he'll hit the call character with it. Then the call character leaves. Then the person that the call character replaced is debuff free. And I just never once took advantage of that here. I definitely should have. It would have been smarter to do. I mean, Vivi would have been screwed because he can't call anyone, but he's still doing good damage. Would have been fine. Okay, what the hell? Why have I not bloomed him? No, I did bloom him. I bloomed Rude and I never equipped it. Every time I do a challenge with him, I look at that and I'm like, oh, he only has 1C65. I gotta go equip that. And then I don't. But after this, I'll probably forget the second I'm done ranting about it. And then I'll go to another TCC challenge and be like, how come he only has 1C65? I gotta fix that. Rinse and repeat. That's probably what's gonna happen. Okay, so the ads aren't really much of a concern now. More so about just rushing him down before these orbs go off. I should have used that earlier so that this wasn't split, but too late now. All that lightning spamming I was doing, any one of those times would have been a good time to use the Machina Call, and I just didn't use it. That's okay though. We're gonna win. It's fine. See, I'm glad. See, in this situation, I'm glad that I was a little more sparing with lightning in the beginning, because now she can spam when it really counts. Now we gotta rush it, because he wants to. They want to kill us, and those orbs are counting down. We're not gonna let that happen. Oh, you got one more? Perfect. Might as well just break this one, get the break bonus for everybody, and that's a win. Perfect. All right. Another Heretics TCC for the books. Hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you for watching.